Let's get it. What I'm about to do right here is give a fade. If a man, he got dreadlocks, so you know they doing dreadlocks with fade style right now. I'm balding him out, but as you can see, I'm balding him out at an angle, sort of like a drop fade. So what I'm doing, I'm taking my number 1 5-star seniors cordless and going up an inch. And I'm just cleaning it up right now. I'm loosening up the hairs. It may not seem like I'm cutting right now, but I am. I'm just loosening it up, moving the hair out the way, going up about an inch, about a half an inch right there. But I'm just getting rid of some hairs that I don't need. So as you can see, I'm cutting straight, sideways, wherever the hair pattern grows, that's where I'm cutting it out at. So when I really start fading, it'll be a lot easier. Brushing it down. Now I'm taking my gold clippers, my Babyliss Pros, and I'm going right under that number 1. So I'm going a half an inch. As you can see, I'm cutting angles because this hair pattern grows in so many different directions. So now you're seeing me scoot up just a little bit more, and I'm going right under what I just did, which is all the way open. Now I went to halfway open. Now you're seeing me turn sideways because if you can see close, his hair pattern grows at a angle in that area on the side. It just swings sideways. Now as you can see, I opened it up halfway, and then now I fully opened up the clippers so I can keep on flicking it out. Now what I'm doing right here is I'm cutting out all the little dark spots. So if you're seeing me going from side to side, angle this way, that way, it's all because I'm getting rid of all these dark little spots that I don't need. I'm doing the same technique on the opposite side. So look, I'm doing a half an inch. You see that? But you're seeing me angle it. Now you saw me scoot it up a little bit. Scoot the lever up a little bit, but I'm moving a lot faster. So I went up a half an inch, then I went right under that and then flicked some bald spots out. Well, not bald spots, excuse me. Some dark spots out. And then you see me flick up, flick down, flick up. And then you'll begin to start getting a feel. When you grab clippers and you keep cutting with them, you'll find an understanding of the clipper. As you see, I'm opening it up, then I'm closing it back up. I'm opening it up and I'm closing it back up because I'm going up to flick out some dark spots up there, but then when I go all the way down to the demarcation line, then I open it up. Then I close it up a lot more to get that first demarcation line out. Now I went back to that number 1. And what I'm doing is getting that second demarcation line out. Well, as you can see, close to his dreadlocks, I flip the clippers and I'm cutting downward. And what that do is cause your hair to lay down, but also it won't cut off all the hair. So it kind of lay it down, but also give you another opportunity to blend when you're going back up. So as you can see, I'm doing the same technique as my Babyliss. I'm opening it up and I'm closing it, but I have a number 1 guard on top of my 5-star seniors. Now what I'm doing now, I took my masters and I opened it up. And what it is the masters is equivalent to a number 1, but even though I used a number 1 before, the masters is a little bit under that guard, that number 1 guard. So it caused me to flick out more dark spots to get a better blend. And masters get out all type of demarcation lines. They're really good. So if you don't have a pair and these masters, you need to get some because it's excellent for blending. So as you can see, if you look really close, all I'm doing is just touching up, getting all them dark spots. I'm cutting out all them dark spots that I don't need. You see me push it up to the 3 on the side. I wouldn't say number or guard, but you can just look at my hand. I'm going up, then I go back. I'm flicking, I'm using my wrist. Now I just scooted it down. So what y'all need to understand is that after you do your fade basic guidelines, which is you ball it out, take it number 1, and then you go higher to higher guard. After that, then you go into this type of technique, which is taking out all the dark spots that you don't need. So whatever it takes to get them little bitty dark spots, and you'll see it in people's hair. When you really start cutting a whole lot more, you'll start seeing it, and then you'll automatically know what to do. You say, all right, you'll start blending it, then you'll realize that, okay, that it's too close or it's too far back by you playing with the lever. So that's all I'm doing. I've just been doing it for a long time. So as you can see, I'm moving quickly. So what I'm doing right there is the same thing. But now I done switched it up. Now I'm cutting the front of his hair down. But as you can see, I'm only cutting certain spots. Now one will ask, why are you doing all of this? Why are you doing this? Why don't you just line it up? It don't work that way, because if you line up first, your lineup is not gonna look good. So when you do this technique, I call it the lay down technique. Before you line up, it will give you a super crispy line. So as you can see, that it's starting to look super nice when I line up, and as you can see, it's very easy. It's very easy. So when you use that number 1 masters and you go down on the front of his head, it causes you to have a easier lineup. That's all I'm trying to say. Now it's time for the C effect. Like I say in all my videos, when you're using these T outliners, you gotta use the T part like a pencil. See, that's the mastering of it. You starting to use your clippers like pencils, and because it's a work of art. It's like you're drawing on a head. That's what I believe. So you seeing me going over and over and over again? I'm just trying to make sure that I have every little strand of hair. Now I'm adding a little hair fiber because, as you can see, he has little light spots, and I want to fill it up and make sure that you have a good experience with Sean Allen. Plus, a few of my clients like the hair fiber, so I just give it to them. You have to give what the client want and need. Side note, as a barber, it's never about what you think and how you feel. It's about what the client wants you to do. It's a nugget. Now what you can see is I'm relining up with the hair fibers in there so I can make it extra crispy. So what I'm doing right now is just, I'm already finished with the blend. I'm finished with all the steps that I'm doing. But what I'm doing lastly is detailing. So I'm still taking out the dark spots, but I'm using my T outliners right on that last demarcation line. And that's it. As you can see, I gave him a fade with color enhancements, looking extra crispy. I appreciate y'all for watching once again, and I appreciate all of you guys for sticking with me all this time. But what you can do, new people, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. This is Sean Allen. I'm out.